welcome to the channel. I'm Ricky Myers, and this is the Action Thriller Collector. Come on in. I'm going to be drinking out of, first I should say I usually drink coffee when I make these videos because they're earlier in the day, but today is a little later, so coffee is on the proverbial bench and alcohol, you're in the game. Suit up. So today's beer will be this Never Forget Never Forget Juicy IPA made by One Family Brewing out of Manassas, Virginia. And yes, we will never forget. I know exactly where I was on Tuesday morning of September 11th, 2001. I was a police officer here in Northern Virginia. Oops, shoot, may have overfilled that baby. I'll have to let that sit there for a second. That was close call. Anyway, I was at the police academy doing in-service training, taking a course called Survival Spanish for Law Enforcement. And of course, the Pentagon was one of the sites that was attacked, and we were all sent back to our agencies, and life would never be the same. But we will never forget. Look at the head on that thing, guys. Cheers. All right, we'll let that sit there. So I did find time to make another video. The MANbrary continues to grow. Every week it seems like something comes into the collection, and it's exciting, and sometimes I don't have time to make these videos, but I'm going to take a couple of items here from some of the month of September and show you what I got, and we will try to do better at keeping up and making these a timely video. So more along the lines of when I actually get the items. So I know there's been picked up a couple of new subscribers. I just want to welcome you to the channel. And if this is the first video or second video or third video that you've seen, I also have a Facebook group page titled The Action Thriller Collector. And you see what I look like, so you'll know that you're in the right place if you go there. It's just getting started. It's not that big. I think maybe 150 folks are over there, but I do make posts over there. So let's jump into, let me see what I got here to keep me on track here. Let's go with first. Okay, so I have done a lot of traveling lately, and one of the places that I went was to the beach. And what did I get? And by the beach, I mean Ocean City, Maryland. And I stopped in at a bookstore, which I'm not going to remember the name right now. Maybe it'll pop up to me. And I picked up a couple of paperbacks. This is a very nice copy of The Long March by, drawing a blank now, William Styron. And you can see that it's very tight. It's a short read, it's a short story, but nice copy. Did not have anything from him, and particularly this story about the Marines. So now we've got that. Robert Ludlum picked up a paperback copy of the Rhineman Exchange. Did not have any copies of that, but let me see if I can zoom this artwork in. I always love the artwork that they put on these things. It's just small and it's minor, but I love the artwork on these old 80s paperbacks. And then there's your back on that one. So what else did I get from, where was that place at? It was in Easton, Maryland, was the, or Trappe, Maryland, Trappe. Anyway, picked up a copy of Nelson DeMille's By the Rivers of Babylon. And this is his first novel. And what else do I have? I picked this one up because the cover was different than what I had. I have this one here, which is newer. This is an older version. And then I also have, of course, the first printing of the hardcover. And that's getting more expensive every day, but love the cover on that one. I'm sorry about the glare. That's from the protective cover that I have on it, the Broad Art. But very young looking Nelson DeMille there, right? But anyway, yeah, isn't that great? Look at that. Yeah. Okay, so I picked up two more things. What do you call these? A novelization of Mission Impossible. You got the outline of Tom Cruise, of course, on there. Couldn't pass that one up for my small collection of novelizations. And then I picked this up. I own it in a couple of formats already, but I did not own this paperback cover. This was the movie tie-in, so those are the actors from the movie, and they're also on the back here. Now, what I previously had, or I still have it, but I owned this copy, which was before the movie came out. Yes, before the movie came out, a very clean, great shape, I guess that should be that way, copy of The Right Stuff by Tom Wolfe. And then, of course, I also own the first printing hardcover, and again, love the graphics on those, and of course the back just has a picture of the author. But anyway, I wanted this because who wouldn't want that? Great movie, great book. And let's see, I also picked up one other thing, a hardcover first printing by Ludlum, the Matarese Countdown. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure if this was the last book that he wrote, or it was definitely Matarese something was the last book that Robert Ludlum wrote before passing away. All right, so all those came from Trapp, Maryland on a beach vacation. And then most recently, just a week ago, when we went up to Maine, take a break here. We went up to Maine with some friends, stayed in the Bar Harbor area, Southwest Harbor, did some great hiking. If any of you guys have been up there or are from there and you know what the precipice is, man, that thing was brutal. That has been the most technical climbing / hiking that I've done. It was just over 3 miles in length, but it took over 3 hours to complete that. And then the next day we did the ground to summit for Mount Cadillac. That's around 7.5 miles. And that took less time. So then we came back to Boston. Our friends went on, but we stayed an extra night because we had tickets to see Eric Clapton at the Garden. And as always, Eric Clapton, simply phenomenal. I keep saying, will he still have it? He keeps getting older and older. And at one point he won't have it. And I don't want to see that, but I got to tell you, if he tours next year, I'm going to go see him again next year because he still has it. But anyway, we ran into a bookshop in Boston and I picked up 3 things. And the first one came from a recommendation from a subscriber of the channel and a subscriber from my other channel, The Golden Age of Hard Rock, and that is Jeff Avalar. He recommended Stuart Woods. I've never read Stuart Woods. I saw this great copy of Capital Crimes, and I guess that would be Stuart Woods. So I picked it up. So Jeff, this is a direct result of your recommendation. I will see how this is, see how I like it. I also picked up this old book from the 50s, Run Silent, Run Deep. Of course, it was made into the movie with Burt Lancaster and I'm drawing a blank now, Clark Gable. And that's the back of this. Couldn't pass that up for $5. And another one I couldn't pass up for $5. The movie tie-in for Deliverance with Burt Reynolds and John Voight. Some great graphics there. So those were picked up in Boston. And I'm drawing a blank on that bookstore too. Okay, so what else has been going on? So I got my, right here. I just finished reading this. Guys, if you've never read this, go out and get yourself a copy of it. I loved it, and I wonder why now Daniel Silva did not continue this character, Michael Osborne. I know there's one more book, and I'm going to read that. I've got it coming in the mail from eBay. won a bid on there, the marching season. So I know he's in one more book, but then after that, he created the Gabriel Allon character, and he's never gone back to this. And I just wonder one day, might he revisit Michael Osborne? Anyway, great book. What I'm currently reading is book 2 of Gabriel Allon. So I went from one Daniel Silva character to another. And you can see I'm about halfway through this one. This is a great book so far, The English Assassin, book 2 in the Gabriel Allon series. And let's see, what I just finished watching on television. Of course, Dark Wolf, the Terminal List prequel story. Gosh, man, that thing is so good. If you follow me, then you know how much of a fan I am of the work of Jack Carr. But all I can say is, guys, check it out. It's on Amazon Prime. I think it was about 7 episodes, and I'm not going to do any spoilers, but man, that last episode was off the charts, and it ended in a way that, yes, I love it. Without giving anything away, I love it. Speaking of Jack Carr, of course, he's about to hit the road shortly on his Cry Havoc book tour. And my wife and I are going to be seeing him at his Baltimore event, and that's on October 14th. I think all of these are roughly the same, but you have to pay like $25 or $30 to go to this. But what you get for that is you get a signed copy of Cry Havoc. You get a seat to listen to Jack speak about the book. And Jack always takes photos with everyone, signs anything else that you might bring. You know, of course, I'm saying this is what he has always done. It's of course subject to change, but I would expect, from what I know of Jack Carr, he's going to spend time with his fans. He's going to take photos with them, and he's going to sign other books if you bring other books, and which I will be. I'll be bringing my copy of Savage Son. I think that's the only thing that I have that is not signed by Jack. But anyway, he's kicking that off. So if you want to know where those dates are, however many that there are, just go to Jack Carr USA and you will find them there. So I think that about brings us up to speed. Tomorrow I'm going to a local library book sale where DVDs are sold, usually $1 a DVD. Books are like $2 or $3 for a hardcover and $1 or $2 for a paperback. So I'm hoping that I will come home tomorrow with many more new items for my MANbrary. And guys, tell me what you've picked up for your collections, be it DVDs, movies, books, whatever it might be. Drop it down in the comments and let's start a conversation, because I'd love to know what you added to your collection. And guys, until next time, cheers and happy collecting.